From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
First Lady Melania Trump in Arizona. She's greeted by Border Patrol, ranchers, and protests over children detention facilities.
Where do they go from here? What happens during the deportation process? And do these kids have to defend themselves?
Fireworks are a trademark of Independence Day, but they can also cause serious injuries. How even the smallest sparkler can cause third-degree burns.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Sam Hoyle.
And I'm Allison Snell. Thank you for joining us. Melania Trump spent Thursday in Arizona for another first-hand look at the immigration crisis.
Right now, Arizona facilities are housing over 1,600 immigrant children, including over 300 who were separated from their families at the U.S.-Mexico border. The First Lady arrived in Tucson shortly after 10 this morning. She was given a look at the living conditions of the children. She also listened to federal immigration and law enforcement officials during a roundtable discussion. At one point, the First Lady asked, quote, "How often do you see the children crossing alone without an adult?" She was told that 1,100 unaccompanied children had entered at the Arizona ports of entry since last October. She was then shown pictures of several unaccompanied kids.
It's incredible, as young as 6 years old, somebody would leave him. Wow, very sad.
Her next stop was here in Phoenix. Melania Trump went to the Southwest Key shelter. Reporter Jordan Daphnis was there at the facility Miss Trump visited, where numerous protesters took to the streets.
White House pool reporters tell us the First Lady visited 3 rooms at the Southwest Key shelter. In one room, 10 children were working on an art project. She spoke with them, asking about their ages and who likes soccer. The First Lady also had a roundtable discussion with the workers at the facility who talked about what they do. Today, there are more than 200 children housed at Southwest Key. Their ages range from infant to 17. Outside the facility, protesters gathered, taking on the extreme heat to voice their message. The protesters said they want families back together and ICE to be abolished. There are 200 ICE detention facilities across the country, and the protesters who were at the event today want children reunited with their families.
They're always going to have, a scar, but then you just feel like you have to be strong for them because you just got to push through. It's hot, but it's okay because, at the end of the day, it's for them. It's for the families.
Melania toured the facility for around 45 minutes before she was escorted out. In the broadcast center, Jordan Daphnis, Cronkite News.
While Mrs. Trump was in Arizona to see how immigrant children here are being handled, a group of Democratic lawmakers in Washington was getting a first-hand look at the next step in the process. They visited a courthouse in Northern Virginia to see what happens to children who end up alone in immigration court. Danny Coble brings us that story from our Washington bureau.
Court proceedings can be intimidating enough for adults. For an immigrant child who does not speak the language and doesn't have an attorney, facing a judge can be downright frightening. That was the scene painted today by House Democrats outside the Arlington Immigration Court, where the lawmakers watched immigrant children, many without their parents, face a judge.
Imagine for a moment the judge now turning to that child and saying, "And what's your case? And what's your defense?"
Roughly 2/3 of undocumented children are not represented in courtroom proceedings. The Democrats said some reports say children as young as 3 years old have had to argue their case in courtroom proceedings without representation.
They're not old enough to spell their own names.
For those children who do speak for themselves, there is another issue. Lawmakers today noted that court-provided translators would translate for the judge what the defendant or defense attorney says, but not what the judge says in reply. They also noted that translators almost always speak Spanish. That may be the official language of countries like El Salvador and Guatemala, where many of these children are from, but they may speak indigenous languages.
So imagine not only having to represent yourself in a courtroom in a foreign language, but not even being able to understand what is being said to you.
The Democrats, including members of the Hispanic caucus, said they were pleasantly surprised by today's proceedings. In all the cases they saw today, the children had attorneys and they faced a sympathetic judge. They would be pleased if that was the case everywhere, but they said they know that's not true for many children in the rest of the country.
And so while today these kids had counsel, we were not able to see, and what I think we need to come back, and I am going to come back to see, is when kids are here without counsel.
The lawmakers have introduced the Fair Day in Court for Kids Act. It requires attorneys for immigrant children and for other vulnerable individuals who are facing court proceedings, and among other protections. In Washington, Danny Coble, Cronkite News.
President Donald Trump officially reversed his administration's policy last week of separating parents and children when they show up at the border, but that has not stopped the debate. Reporter Pat Pobletti was on hand today as hundreds of women flooded the streets of Washington to protest the Justice Department's zero-tolerance border enforcement policy.
The demands of the hundreds of women protesting in the Capitol were clear. They wanted an immediate end to the policy of family separation. Among the protesters was Tempe resident Erica Andiola, who immigrated to the United States illegally as a young child.
That couldn't be me separated from my mother. That couldn't be my mother in detention, and I'm here because of that, because it hasn't stopped. It has gotten worse.
While the First Lady was in Arizona to see immigration policy at work, protesters here took to the streets in hopes of changing that policy, taking matters into their own hands. The protesters marched to the steps of the Department of Justice and engaged in an act of mass civil disobedience, locking DOJ employees in their own building and shutting down traffic by sitting in the street. They were addressed there by Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, who encouraged those gathered to continue to fight for the families separated at the border until every child has been reunited with their parents. Jackson Lee also called on her Republican colleagues in the House to reach across the aisle in order to find a solution to the mounting crisis at the southern border.
You cannot do an immigration bill without a bipartisan, nonpartisan effort. You cannot do it without humanity, without justice. And they put a bill on the floor continuously that has no humanity and no justice.
But Andiola isn't optimistic.
We gotta elect people who are gonna be on our side. And this is a call for America that we are in midterm elections.
In Washington, Pat Pobletti, Cronkite News.
Protesters later moved from the Department of Justice to the Senate office buildings, where organizers said that over 600 were arrested, including at least one member of Congress.
Hundreds of protest rallies are scheduled across the country this Saturday, organized by the Families Belong Together campaign. 11 rallies are set for across Arizona, from Nogales to Bisbee to Pine Top. In Phoenix, the demonstration begins at 8 a.m. in front of the state Senate.
A local grassroots organization is educating the community and fellow activists on immigration detentions. They're also explaining how to find loved ones detained because of their undocumented status. Reporter Amanda Mason attended the workshop sponsored by the Florence Project and Plan on Immigration in Detention programs.
On any given day, 3,000 immigrants in Arizona are detained, according to the American Civil Liberties Union of Arizona. Lucha, Living United for Change in Arizona, is holding workshops to give information on how to help those detained and assist family members in finding their loved ones.
Unless you're an attorney that works in immigration, you probably don't know most of this information.
Aldo Gonzalez presented at the workshop and has been working with immigrants for around 6 years.
Like, I know the struggle of what it's like to be 5 years old and translating for your parents in like a drive-through, or when someone comes at the door that looks maybe like an officer, or kind of, it's really scary. So like I feel their struggle, and even though I'm a citizen now and I have all these other privileges, I'm not okay because they're not okay. And I have family members who are undocumented too, so I'm not fighting just for like some other person, like this is my community too.
The workshop gives activists like Aldermo Peña a chance to help those seeking refuge in the U.S. He became an American citizen in 2017, and he came from El Salvador, where people only make an average of $5 a day.
Buy a juice for $3, and I was like, man, how much a person has to work for $3 in El Salvador? By attending this event, I actually was able to learn that I can actually visit people at the prison and try to give them some hope.
For those who are worried about being detained, presenters suggested memorizing key contact numbers because your cell phone may be confiscated. In Phoenix, Amanda Mason, Cronkite News.
Lucha will be hosting more events in the fall. Next month, the group will be offering free 30-minute immigration consultations for those who sign up.
Longtime member of the Supreme Court, Justice Anthony Kennedy, announced that he will be retiring next month. This gives President Donald Trump a second opportunity to fill the seat of a Supreme Court justice since taking office. He spoke about this decision this afternoon.
We're going to pick ourselves one great United States Supreme Court justice to take the place of a great man. Justice Kennedy, really a great person, great man. I'm so honored that he decided to do this during our term. And I think that showed confidence in us.
President Trump has a list of potential picks. It includes about 24 judges. Senator Jeff Flake released a statement saying, approving a principled conservative who will interpret the Constitution rather than legislate from the bench should be our top priority. As we turn towards filling his seat, I look forward to the Senate fulfilling its responsibility of providing advice and consent during a robust confirmation process. Coming up on Cronkite News, no rain means no fireworks.
And parts of Arizona still remain bone dry. Without any rain in sight, Flagstaff is calling off its fireworks show. Will the decision impact tourism?
Plus, the company hoping to build a more accessible housing market through specialized filters and realtor training.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickenburg.
Live in Los Angeles.
In Cleveland. In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem. Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Exploring, it's the lifeblood of the mission.
Human beings are a curious bunch.
What are we going to see when we get really close?
Wow.
Just because an idea is crazy, it's not necessarily wrong.
We were on our way.
You don't get anywhere until you've tested the limits.
That carries an intensity you can't imagine.
You could hear people just, whoa.
Oh my God, absolutely spectacular.
It's a rush.
We ask a lot of our heroes.
We are at a remarkable moment.
We're going farther than any exploration ever has.
"280 people on average go to the emergency room with fireworks-related injuries this time of year.
Fireworks can be dangerous. I spoke with the Phoenix Fire Department to learn that not all fireworks have the same firepower. The Phoenix Fire Department demonstrates with a watermelon what could happen to your hands if you hold a firecracker just a little too long. Mick Millam from the Arizona Burn Foundation says he has seen what can happen with fireworks.
She was burned as a result of a sparkler that she was playing with during a celebration with her family. Sparkler caught her shirt on fire and she has third-degree burns.
Although sparklers are legal, that doesn't mean they aren't dangerous, especially if they get too close to your skin.
They burn at 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Every firework is different. While some can explode right away, others might be duds.
You could have one firecracker 1 second that burns the wick super slow and you're waiting forever and you're thinking, okay, this is how, they're not running very fast. Then the very next one you go to light, boom, it goes quick.
The Phoenix Fire Department is urging you to take caution when it comes to the 4th of July holiday. Be aware of which fireworks are legal and which ones you can use.
We want to make sure we're as safe as possible when we're using permissible fireworks.
A good rule of thumb is that if it launches into the air or explodes, it's illegal.
Use them how they're supposed to be. Don't combine them and use them incorrectly. Also, don't use homemade fireworks.
If you're planning on using fireworks, be aware of the risks.
Away from kids. Have a bucket of water. Have a water hose readily available in case there is a problem, in case there's a fire. Don't use it, if you're near any combustibles. If you have a pile of wood that you're going to be burning during the winter that you're storing out there, don't set fireworks right next to it.
Current fire conditions in the northern part of the state have prompted several cities to ban fireworks on the 4th of July.
Reporter Nicole Hernandez traveled to Flagstaff to see how the fire restrictions are affecting local economies.
Right about here is where Flagstaff annual fireworks show is normally held, but this year's cancellation is going to affect more than those just looking for a good time. It will also affect some small businesses in the area. Flagstaff is combating Stage 3 fire restrictions. There are several closures in surrounding forests, limiting recreational access for tourists.
If they begin to hear that areas are closed, visitors may not come. But again, it's a short-lived price to pay for what would otherwise be a devastating fire.
The last time fire hazards were dangerous enough to ban fireworks was in 2006.
Small businesses do suffer if you're not able to have as many tourists come in and have an influx. But it's not anything that Flagstaff hasn't seen before.
The Greater Flagstaff Chamber of Commerce says that the 4th of July activities are large enough that it will still draw people in from across the state on Wednesday. And with much of the outdoor activities off limits, it may keep tourists in the city for the day.
Any celebration is important for a small business in a small town because it just brings money. It brings, whether it's tourism or locals, they come and in the spirit of celebration, they will shop.
Now, despite fire hazards, 4th of July activities will still take place here in Flagstaff, including a water slide, a beer garden, and live music. In Flagstaff, Nicole Hernandez, Cronkite News. Earlier this week, Prescott decided to cancel their 4th of July fireworks because of drought conditions.
And Arizona has been in a drought for the last 21 years, and the impact is bigger than fireworks. Coming up on Cronkite News, the Southwest depends on the Colorado River for water. And thanks to the drought, it's time to come up with a contingency plan.
Northern Arizona is currently under a red flag warning. I have more coming up for you next.
I'm Matt Berry, ESPN Sports Center anchor and graduate of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. With its bachelor's and master's degrees in sports journalism, the Cronkite School is preparing the next generation of sports journalists to tell stories that matter, stories that excite, inspire, and inform. Cronkite immerses students in covering sports at all levels in one of the country's top sports markets. It's this hands-on experience under the guidance of award-winning sports media veterans that shape the top journalists of tomorrow.
If you're looking for one show that tells you what happened that day in the world of business, it's NBR.
We saw a classic shipwreck.
Nordstrom's opening stores.
Triple-digit gains.
Crude climbs.
We're there to help our audience find new investment ideas.
The market still has room to go up.
Nightly Business Report is the longest-running business television program in history.
Weeknights at 10:30 on Arizona PBS.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
Drought plans for the Colorado River are developing as the supply of the water in the river is expected to shrink. The federal government has been pushing Arizona and the 6 other western states that depend on the river to wrap up plans by the end of the year. Water shortages would be triggered if the man-made Lake Mead Reservoir on the Arizona-Nevada border dips to 328 meters above sea level. The Bureau of Reclamation says that's more than 50% likely by 2020. Arizona is under a red flag warning, but it looks like the heat is dipping down as we head into the weekend.
Well, I mean, at least a little bit. I mean, Hannah DeReuter is in today with your full weather forecast.
It is currently 108 degrees here in Phoenix with sunny skies and 8-mile-per-hour winds. Now taking a look at our evening forecast, at 6 p.m. 105 degrees and sunny skies, 9 p.m. clear skies at 99 degrees, and at 11 p.m. clear skies at 94 degrees. Now taking a look at our current state temperatures, down in Tucson we have 103, over in Lake Havasu City 106, moving on up north 85 in Flagstaff, 89 in the Grand Canyon, and 100 degrees in Page. Now, northern Arizona is currently under a red flag warning, and that's effective tonight until 8 p.m. Now, this does mean critical fire weather conditions, and this is due to excessive winds and low humidity. So for those up north, be sure to stay safe because if a fire does break out, it will spread quickly. Taking a look at our weekend forecast, Friday 105, Saturday we have a high of 104, Sunday 106. Now moving on into the week, 109 on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday 107, and on Thursday we're rising up to 112. So be sure to enjoy this weekend's weather because next weekend we are starting to heat up. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Hannah DeReuter.
Finding your dream home just got a little bit easier.
Coming up on Cronkite News, the listing service hoping to build a better future. The development of new realtor training programs, plus a new filter to find accessible homes.
I like working for Cronkite News because it gives us the opportunity to find a different angle on the same stories that every other news outlet is covering across Arizona. As students, we have the opportunity to cover issues in all across the state of Arizona.
Gives me a good chance to sharpen my skills, improve my skills, learn the techniques in a newsroom and in the programs and teamwork and technology, getting me prepared for the real world. And at the same time, I think we do a great job, make some great stories, do great journalism for the city of Phoenix and the state of Arizona.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
By the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Before Professor Halden, I had an insane amount of passion, but I almost felt helpless because I didn't know how to use it. Professor Halden gave me a chance to make a difference. Being at a place like ASU allows you to take these big leaps. Ultimately, the biggest problems in the world cannot be solved alone.
For people with mobility challenges, looking for a new home can be difficult. It's hard to determine which homes are set up for wheelchair access, have retrofitted bathrooms, or cabinets that are easy to open. But as reporter Emily Richardson explains, a new partnership between Ability 360 and Valley Leadership is working to change that.
Roughly 5 years ago, the Arizona Regional Multiple Listing Service increased the number of accessibility features from 16 to 31, but most realtors were not aware of them.
Before, we would have to search by public remarks in terms of comments that agents might or might not think to add into the MLS. And so now we can go in and literally pick depending on the features that they require.
Realtors really were not taking advantage of them. They didn't know so much about how to look for them and then, of course, promote them.
Love to see more agents getting educated and trained on the accessibility features and working with the clients because they have the needs.
And the problem isn't just in how homes are listed. Roughly 13% of Arizonans report having a disability, but only 10% of homes in Arizona have accessibility features.
The lack of affordable, accessible housing is a huge issue for people with disabilities.
Valley Leadership and Ability 360 came up with 6 features that would make homes more accessible and cost roughly $100. The features were a zero-step entrance, doorways with 32-inch clearance, lever door handles, reinforced walls for grab bars, and electrical outlets and controls in reachable locations.
There's going to be lots of people after me that are going to experience disabilities. And for them, I want to make sure that their lives have as much quality and accessibility so that they don't have to go through some of the same hardships that me and other people my age have had to go through.
In Phoenix, Emily Richardson, Cronkite News.
The city of Phoenix has sold the Sheraton Grand. The downtown hotel was sold to a couple of Florida investment firms for $255 million. The property opened a decade ago. It is the largest hotel in Arizona with 1,000 rooms.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Bad news for you, former or current Toys R Us kids. Tomorrow, the toy giant closes all of its stores. That includes 9 here in Arizona. The retailer filed for bankruptcy last year. The filing was followed by a terrible holiday sales season. Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a clean elections debate involving Republican candidates running for the Arizona Corporation Commission, which among other things regulates utilities. A Corporation Commission debate on the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Amna Navaz. On the next NewsHour, our Chasing the Dream series continues with a report from Alabama on how architects are supporting communities by building for the poor. That's Thursday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Greg Lawson Images of the Earthly Experience have been renewing and transforming interior spaces for 50 years. Artwork designed to energize your visual space can be viewed at Greg Lawson Galleries in Sedona or online at greglawson.com.
Coming up on Arizona Collectibles.
The detail here is just wonderful.